Hello, welcome back to the channel. I am the Disc Golf Nerd, and tonight we're taking a look at another stack of discs for Fresh Plastic Friday. We have stuff from DD, Innova, Discraft, some NSH Customs 3D printed, stuff from EV-7, and also another stack of plastic from Clash Discs out there in Finland. So thanks to everybody for your continued support. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to stay tuned for future videos like this and full reviews and all the other stuff that I do, hit that subscribe button and stick around. Let's move some things around here. First thing I want to show you, once I get everybody in their spots, I find that if I leave anything in frame, the camera kind of freaks out trying to focus on it, so I gotta kind of move stuff out of the way. First thing I want to show you is this Ledgestone ESP Tour Series Swirl Flex. Man, Discraft has long names for stuff these days. The flat top classic disc, the Zone, and I'm really happy to have this one in my collection. This one was given to me by Chandler Fry when we connected to review his Tour Series Surge. That video is available on the channel right now if you want to learn more about that disc. See Channel throwing big shots out there on the field that we typically film on. But yeah, he had just gotten a box from Ledgestone, one of his sponsors, and he hooked me up with this Zone because it's something that I need for my overstable approach disc video. So that'll be a great representative for that. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is from NSH Custom Discs. This is the Defiant again. I think I showed you this model or style already, but this is a really cool custom rainbow one that Jason made for me. I took this on my family vacation I was on early in the month. That's why I've been a little bit missing in action lately, but I did still keep up with videos and stuff, so I guess you guys probably might not have even noticed. You know, lots of channels go away longer than I do, even if when I'm on vacation, I still had stuff to post. But yeah, really fun mold. This one's a little bit lighter weight, a little bit more straight to understable than the other one that I have. And I have an exciting announcement that involves the Defiant and NSH Custom Discs, hopefully coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Next thing, we got a pair of prototypes from EV-7. I actually had to run out and grab my phone to look up the name of this one because it's not marked. This is the Telos. Telos, not exactly sure. T-E-L-O-S, and it is 2, 4, 0, and 1.5 are the flight numbers on that guy. Let's take a look at these. Kind of, you know, P2-ish maybe to my eye. They feel nice. This plastic is good. I believe these are the mediums. The only markings I got are weight on the bottom here, and then there's an M for the plastic, which is the OG medium. So it's got some give under the thumb, nice kind of rubbery feel to it, but the disc is quite rigid overall. It doesn't flex very much, but it does have that nice tacky feel under the thumb. Really nice plastics from EV-7. I've been impressed with the stuff I've tested so far. I think I've only had the Penrose, but I have a buddy who uses the Phi. Yeah, I'm excited to try those out. Thank you very much to EV-7 for sending me these to test and review, show them off here on the channel. Give you guys a decent look at them. No stock stamp to look at though, so just a quick look at the profile. Moving on from there, we have a Ricky Wysocki, two-time world champion, Orbit Felon. This is the new Orbit plastic from DD, which is kind of a variation on Halo plastic. Bought this one with my own money. DD usually hooks me up with stuff, but you know, the more specialty stuff like this, they don't really need to do any promotion on that kind of stuff. So I just bought one because I wanted to have one for the collection. I love Rick. You guys know I'm a huge Rick fan. This one looked really nice to me, and I wanted to try it out for my forehand and stuff. It seems like these are particularly far-flying and not terribly overstable Felons from my experience. They're still Felons, still plenty stable, only thrown it a few times, but it definitely seems to go farther than like a Lucid Felon would for me. You know, has a little bit more glide to it, and Ricky would concur as well. I actually talked to him about it a little bit on Instagram, and he said the same, that they're actually quite far-flying for, for a Felon in particular. Next, we got a Calvin Destroyer, and this is another one I just bought. I bought this one at the Portland Open. I actually flew out to the East Coast on the Friday of the Portland Open. So I was able to go out to Blue Lake on Thursday, only out there for maybe an hour or two. I watched a few of the holes, wandered around a bit. I checked out the vending. There wasn't a lot going on there, to be honest. It was a little mellow on Thursday. You know, there was plenty of folks out there, but nothing too crazy going on. We hit a long backup, and I kind of just took off because I had to fly out late that night. But I did grab this unbelievably beautiful Calvin Destroyer. I mean, I had to buy this thing. I just cannot believe how vibrant and gorgeous this thing is. This might be just on just pure visibility and just the way it looks, the plastic and the colors on this disc. This might be my favorite disc in my collection right now. I'm just blown away by how vibrant and just gorgeous this thing is. It's unreal. It really is about as bright and easy to spot as it's going to get. Pop top on this thing, I'm expecting it to be way too overstable for me to throw effectively, but I don't know. Destroyers fluctuate quite a bit, and there's a possibility this one will be throwable for me, and I'm going to find out. I also want to show you guys next to the Orbit Rive. This is a Tristan Tanner Orbit Rive that I've showed you on a previous unboxing, I believe last month, but I wanted to give you a quick side-by-side on these because they're extremely similar. I mean, without any stamp on them, if you handed me these with a blindfold, I'm not 100% sure I'd be able to tell you which one is which. With the stamp, I can kind of guess because these little speckly bits, I feel like I would notice that. But they are extremely similar, and that's kind of the goal. They're the kind of marquee distance driver for each brand at this point. The Lad 264 Rive, all the pro players are throwing them, and the Halo Destroyer and the Destroyer in general is the #1 distance driver of all time. So I will do a comparison video on those two coming up in the future for my arm speed, and hopefully bring in some faster arm speeds to see how they fluctuate, and just to compare those head to head, because I think that would be interesting. And last but certainly obviously not least, with this fat stack of plastic from Clash Discs. Thank you very much to them once again for sending me these to test and review, show off for you guys. I've got some new molds here, and I've got some molds I already have in new plastics. Let's start there. We have the Mint. I already have the Mint in my collection here in the Steady plastic. This is the Hardy plastic, even though it's marked Steady. That's a misprint. 4303 are the flight numbers on the Mint. It's kind of harpish, harp zone kind of vibes there to this disc. This one's a little bit flatter than the premium plastic one that I have, so I think a lot of players will like that. The plastic is a little bit more satiny, rubbery on this one, and feels very, very grippy. All of the Clash plastic I've been very impressed with the feel of these. Next, we also have the Popcorn in the baseline Hardy plastic. These have a really cool kind of speckle design to them that I like. Look very interesting, and they feel really nice. These are quite flat, they're quite shallow, but they still have a pretty rounded outside edge. You can see there's already a little bit of wear on these because the second they showed up, I started feeling them. They felt really nice, and my first practice round back after my trip to the East Coast, I put these in as my main putters just to see how they did, and they did really, really well. They're very firm, no real flexibility to them. The feel on these is so nice though, kind of like a waxy, tacky grip to it that's extremely sure feeling in the hand. You can see that like some of these like speckles in there are kind of exposed to the surface of the disc. See that one there? There's another one inside right there. You can see where it kind of like peeled up and around to the outside there. It doesn't really bother me, but it is something to reference, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of interesting the way those speckles are in there. Some of them kind of get up towards the surface, and there's some weird little imperfections and stuff on these, but nothing that harms the functionality, but it is worth noting. I wonder if that's something they'll address going forward. Very interesting stuff though. I really like the way these look. They feel amazing. They putt great. They're just super straight and come out of the hand really clean, so I'm digging that. Next we have two more molds to round it out here before I keep you guys all night. We have the Soda, which is these are prototype run sodas. They are understable 7 speeds, so I'll try to put the flight numbers on the screen for you. And then the Butter Putter 2301. Let's look at the sodas first. I've thrown all 4 of these a little bit so far on that same practice round, and I think the Soda is going to stick around in my bag as well to kind of continue to test and mess around with. It's a fun disc. Really nice grippy plastic on these, but you can see the Steady plastic is much more flexible. Premium plastic vibe, it dyes well, all that kind of good stuff. This one has a super rad kind of sunburst starburst kind of pattern going on to it. So this is the one that's been in my bag, or I'm gonna carry, and I'll probably put this one in the testing queue and leave it until I'm ready to do a full review or whatever. But yeah, it's been fun to mess around with that one. I'm kind of loosening up the reins on my bag. You know, I show you guys so much fun plastic, and then when it's time to go out and play an actual round, you know, I always end up throwing the same stuff I've been throwing for a couple years or whatever. I'm kind of over it. I'm just going to start throwing stuff that's just for fun and to mess around with, try some different things. That's why I'm going to throw the Rive, I'm going to throw the Destroyer. They don't really make sense for me, but I'm going to see how they fly, if I can use them, just to have a good time. I'm tired of, like, kind of stunting the fun that I can have to try to be too serious out there. It's not like I'm a pro anyway. Just have a good time and throw some shots, you know. These are kind of super rounded outside, kind of like Luna Roach type vibes to my eye, but they're much deeper, and I think they're larger diameter as well. So they're kind of like a big, floaty, slow, kind of Discraft Zeppelin type vibe to this guy. See the nice rounded soft edges, but it is quite deep. I have big hands. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind throwing these, even though they are kind of large. This one, I don't know if you can see there. You can kind of see that indentation there. Happened somewhere in shipping or whatever, but it digs into my thumb really nice. So I'll probably be more likely to bag this one. But honestly, if I'm going to switch away from my pures, I'm more likely to try the popcorn again, the steady popcorn, just because I am going to continue to mess around with those as my putters for a while. Okay, we made it. Thank you so much for watching. I doubt many of you have made it all the way to the end of this video, as that seems to be the way it goes with YouTube and life these days. Nobody has attention span to make it all the way to the end of these videos, right? If you did, I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all of my supporters, sponsors, all the people who hooked me up with plastic. They're all great. You can look for the links in the description to everybody, and I will talk to you all very soon. Cheers.